Hi there everybody and welcome back to Totem Tuesday. And this week's Totem Tuesday is going to have a little bit of a twist. So far this year I've been looking at different totem animals and different power animals. I've been looking at their attributes, both physical, natural and supernatural, with their myth and their folklore, and how we can work with them in a spiritual sense. But I'm going to do a few short videos. Here's me trying to do shorts. I often end up talking a lot. Trying to do some short videos about working with your power animals, finding your power animals, as this is what a lot of you guys have been asking me about, and I think it'd be really nice to share. So here I am, surrounded by a few animals. I don't know if you can see this. Is the light quite reflects. There's a little snow leopard there, little drunken-looking crow up here, stag here, surrounded by some pretty powerful animals. And the first question I want to look at here is, how do you identify a totem animal or a power animal? If one turns up in your life, or if you're just starting your journey and you would love to work with a power animal but don't know where to start. Well, first things first, nature speaks to us in many different ways. All life, be it a tree, an animal, a crystal or a rock, in my belief, all has a life force and is all interconnected. You may think different, but this is my opinion. So all of life can speak to us and be a totem for us. We may find that we have a totem with a crystal or a rock or a plant or a tree. We may go to, for example, sit underneath an oak tree when we need support and we need to feel strong. And in that way, anything with this life force can be a totem for us, can be an object of power or a place or an animal of power. So in working and discovering who your totem animals is looking to the heart and the core of who you are. Maybe it's blindingly obvious who your totem animal is. Maybe you have had an affinity with an animal since you were a child and you've always been associated or loved that animal really, really powerfully. Maybe like me, you've just loved all animals and you find it really hard. Which one would be my totem animal? The way to start narrowing it down, or the way to start really connecting, and that's the key word, connecting with a power animal, is to spend a little time dedicating yourself to this journey, to this search. You may want to do some meditations. I can suggest some meditations in more videos, and there's some great meditations out there. You may want to drum, or have someone drum for you, or listen to a drumming CD, so you can go on your own journey to discover your totem animal. There's loads of different ways you can get involved, and I've run lots of workshops, and it's a lovely, beautiful, strong thing to not to connect them, but to kind of reawaken the connection between a person and their power animals. So here are a few ways that you can identify your power animal and work out who they are, and in other videos I can obviously go on about how to start working with them. First of all, have a little think. Have you had an animal that's been around a lot of your life? Do you wear a certain animal print? False, of course, Do you wear a certain animal colour? Secondly, do you look like an animal? Some people actually do look like their power animal. They can have, the eyes of a hawk. Maybe, as I always said, she's such a busy bee, or she slinks like a cat, or maybe he's proud like a lion. Maybe you actually take on the physical attributes of your power animal. You can do some lovely things. There's some beautiful decks of cards out there where you can... I wouldn't suggest you find your life path power animal through a deck of cards, but it's nice to look at what animals are around you, what totems are working with you at the moment. A few that I like to use, you've got Message from Your Animal Spirit Guides by Stephen Farmer. And one of my absolute favourite ones, I've always had, but I've had for quite a few years, is the Druid Animal Oracle there by Philip and Stephanie Cargon. Absolutely love, absolute favourites. I would highly recommend these cards, the beautiful artwork and the powerful energy and the connection you can have from them. Another favourite of mine are the Animal Spirit cards by Susan Boulay. Beautiful artwork. I don't know if you can see on here. Stunning artwork. And I love this one, the polar bear. Absolutely beautiful. So you could have these cards if you wanted to, and you could work with them. You could pull a card for a situation, see which animal energy appeals, which is standing out. But the best way to do it to find a totem animal, to find an animal that might be around you, is to get into a meditative state, is to relax, is to journey, is to meditate, and to ask genuinely from your heart which animal steps forward. So if you're unsure of your power animal, or you're on your first steps of your path, I would love you to do that. Take some time out to meditate, go on a journey, just take some space to clear your mind and see if any animals step forwards. Keep a diary, write down any experiences you may have. I mean, at first you may just have the simple colour coming through. Maybe you have the sound of the animal that comes through. But my challenge to you, my mission to you, if you have not done this yet, is to spend a few days, maybe a week, maybe once a week or every day for a week or so, meditating and see if any animals step forward. Do they make themselves known to you? Are they friendly? Are they elusive? And if they're a little bit elusive, or if they're a little bit standoffish from you, it's showing you that you need to work on that relationship, and you need to connect that a little bit more with them to get that friendship, because you can get a great bond with your power animal. That's the point of them. Well, there's plenty of points. So keep your eyes open in nature, even on your doorstep, even on your balcony, your garden, your walk to work, your walk in the park. Go on a meditative walk where you are open. Maybe ask yourself a question or set your intent before that walk and see which animals appear. Birds are often thought of as symbols from spirit, symbols from the gods, symbol of communication, divine communication. Maybe see what birds you see. Before you look at your book to find out what it all means, or before you watch my wonderful videos, maybe meditate on it. Maybe meditate on, okay, I saw a blackbird today. I kept hearing this beautiful song of a blackbird. I'm going to go home and I'm going to meditate on blackbird, and I'm going to visualise a blackbird in my mind's eye and see what feelings and energy I get to connect with that. So spend a little bit of while immersing yourself in nature, listening to the sounds and the sights of maybe a dragonfly flying past, a moth, a bat, a hare running into the distance. If you open your mind and if you set your intent that you want the messages from nature, then nature really does provide some wonderful and powerful sights. So I hope this has been a nice little mini taster starting point on how to identify a totem or a set of totem animals around you. And over the next week, I would love you to do these meditations, to do these walking meditations, or to set your awareness out there to see which animals step forward to you. And if you want to write and you want to share, you can get involved, send me a private message on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or all of that, and just share your experiences with me, because I would love to hear. Thank you very much for watching this little mini edition of a Totem Tuesday. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.